Hello lovely people, my name is Nicole and it is LGBT History Month. So to celebrate I thought I would share some of my favorite books featuring LGBT or queer, whatever term you prefer or and are comfortable with in regards to the community, characters and themes. So I tried to make sure I included a variety of genres in this, so no matter which is your favorite you can find something that's just right for you. So the first book I have is a bit of a mystery thriller, and that is Last Seen Leaving by Caleb Rurig. And I'm actually doing a live show for this book on November 4th at 6 p.m. on Taylicious Reads channel. I will link it in the doobly-doo. So this book is about a boy whose girlfriend goes missing, and when the cops question him to see when he last saw her, he has to lie to them in order to keep his own secret, which is that he's gay. And the last time he saw her, they actually broke up because of that. So he is struggling with his own sexuality and coming out while also trying to solve the mystery of what happened to his girlfriend. Then for more of a lighthearted fantasy approach, Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Yes, my dust jacket is different because it's the coloring book dust jacket that they sent out as like a pre-order thing. And I colored mine with their various pride flags. So this is actually a spin-off of Rainbow Rowell's previous book, Fangirl, and it is sort of a Harry Potter inspired story about Simon, who is the chosen one at his magic school. And Simon is trying to save the world from the insidious humdrum while also maybe potentially falling for his vampire roommate Baz. Next, for a bit of a younger audience, is a very famous author, and that is Rick Riordan. So I actually have both Hammer of Thor and Trials of Apollo here. These are his two latest releases in his Trials of Apollo series and Magnus Chase series. Trials of Apollo features a bisexual protagonist, Apollo, because Greek gods are pretty much all bisexual. The story of this one is Apollo has been cursed by Zeus to fall to Earth as a human, and he's trying to deal with what it's like to suddenly be a mortal and then also trying to get his godhood back. And this book introduces a new character to the series, Alex, who is gender fluid and uses she, her, or he, him pronouns depending on the day. Alex just sort of lets people know which pronouns to use at any given time. Neither of these books focus primarily on queer themes, but they do feature prominent queer characters. Then for a more contemporary approach, The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily M. Danforth. This is actually a bit of a classic when it comes to queer YA. It takes place in the 90s and it is about a girl in a small town in Montana who's struggling with her sexuality and coming out, and it also addresses the issue of conversion camps. Then for older Rick Riordan fans or fans of Greek mythology in general, Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller is a retelling of the Iliad, focusing particularly on Patroclus and Achilles and their relationship, and specifically how they are totally 100% definitely in love with each other, which like is one of those things that it's not explicitly stated in the Iliad, but like it's there. It's there. This is not like an AU. It's actually pretty accurate. Then surprise surprise, Foxhole Court, because I haven't read this one enough. This is more of a sports book, which is interesting that it's one of my favorites because it's me, I don't do sports. But this is a very intense book series about Neil Jostin, who has been on the run pretty much his entire life from his contract killer father, and his really only solace is playing Eggsy, which is a fictional sport that's kind of like lacrosse with the violence of rugby, except it's played in like this glass cube. It's kind of weird but kind of cool. And one day he gets recruited by the Palmetto State Foxes, which is sort of the underdog of the college Eggsy community. They recruit people who need second chances or third chances or fourth chances, etc. So this book deals with him trying to get this team into shape to win the championships, and also this like Japanese mob that they're trying to deal with that are a whole bunch of drama with that, and many of the characters are either explicitly stated to be queer or heavily implied. It's never explicitly stated, but the author has supported the idea on social media that the main character is demisexual, and it's genuinely one of my all-time favorite books. Warning though, it gets really intense and has pretty much any trigger that you could think of. It handles everything really well, but it gets really intense. Then another contemporary, this time without the sort of coming out angle, Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. This is pretty much just your standard contemporary romance. but with lesbians. So basically the main character is a set dresser in Hollywood, and when she goes to an estate sale for a movie star who died a while ago, she finds a letter to his long lost daughter and goes to find her and kind of falls in love with his granddaughter. This one in particular is beautifully written, and it's kind of nice because it's not a coming out book, and so it's not a story of her struggling with her sexuality, it's just a love story, which is kind of refreshing. Then for a bit more of a, not quite sci-fi, but more sort of speculative fiction spin, More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. This is about a boy who is struggling with his depression and his sexuality, and he finds this place called the Lidio Institute, which can erase memories, and so he thinks that that might be the solution to all his problems. And this is such like an emotional book. It's amazing, but like really emotional, and warning, triggers for depression and suicide. And then for another just adorable, fluffy contemporary, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda. This is another one of my all-time favorite books. It is just so cute and wonderful. It's about a boy named Simon who is in a secret online relationship with a boy named Blue, and they don't know each other's true identities, but all they know is that they go to the same school. Then one day, another boy in their class sees Simon's messages to Blue and uses them to blackmail him. This is, like I said, super cute and fluffy, and just one of those books that you read it and you can't help but smile and giggle, and just it makes me so happy. And finally I have Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Allire Saenz, and this is another sort of staple in the queer YA genre, and obviously is well loved. I mean, look at all those awards. But this is about two boys named Aristotle and Dante who meet and become best friends over the summer, and this book sort of focuses on the evolution of their relationship and how they maybe start to realize that they are more than just friends. Alright, so those are some of my favorite books featuring LGBT or queer characters. Let me know what some of your favorites are. Please recommend to me more queer books to read because they are my favorite. Alright, I love you, and I will see you later. Bye!